So it's that time of the year again, guys. Belizean black fruit cake time. This time I'm going to show you guys how to make a small batch. The cameraman don't move. A small batch from my small batch book that's called No More Leftovers. You're watching the Bear Pantry Show. Welcome to the Bear Pantry Show. If you want to learn how to cook in simple steps and have your dishes come out great the first time, then you're in the right place. Learn to make restaurant-style meals, comfort foods, and authentic Belizean dishes from basic ingredients. So, it's not fruit cake unless you have fruits, right? And I had a difficult time finding the fruits this year. So all I have is some green cherries, some pineapple that Joe found. We're going to have to dice up all this stuff ourselves. And then some red cherries that I candied myself, and you can see that in the video prior to this one. All right, so let's set the fruits aside. Joe's gonna come and help me cut up in a little while. I did candy some fruit cocktail from the tin, but I think this is too mushy to go in the cake. I think this was already too soft, but we're gonna find something to do with it. So anyways, let's start at the very beginning. Oh, right here are the ingredients. So we're gonna need only a quarter cup of butter. My butter is salted. If you're using an unsalted butter, then you're gonna have to add salt later. So it's a little bit of butter if you notice. And then the sugar, let me check my book. It's half a cup plus 1 tablespoon of white sugar. I'm gonna cream this, but before I do that, let me show you that I have the eggs separated, 2 eggs, because we're gonna beat the egg white so we could handle the fruits, right? And then baking powder, and it is only half a teaspoon of baking powder, half a cup plus 2 tablespoons of all-purpose, 3.5 ounces of the burnt sugar, and then I don't have lemon extract, so I'm gonna put some pineapple. I don't have grape juice, so I'm gonna put some apple juice, just to show you that you have options. You can put apple juice, orange juice, the dark grape juice, of course, is the best option. And I had some pomegranate that I might have put in there if I didn't find what I wanted, because I'm not going back to the store. So let's start by creaming this. Belizean black fruit cake, stewed oxtails, warm Creole bread. Simply the best Belizean dishes you can make at home. Watch. Just add flour, baking powder, and milk in a small bowl. Mix, roll flat, then deep fry for a fry jack that is so versatile that it goes perfect with everything. Start the day off right with my simple Belizean Johnny cakes that can be made in the oven or air fryer. All these recipes can be found in my Belizean Cookbook Beans and Rice Volume 2. Get a copy today only at www.bearpantryshow.com. Shop safely and securely at www.bearpantryshow.com. Remember that the batter is going to look thick because we still have to add the egg whites, but I'm going to beat those to stiff peaks, add the floured fruits to the egg whites, and then we're going to add it back to the batter. So all I'm doing is adding my wet ingredients and my dry ingredients alternately to the cream stuff. Right now this is the apple juice. Normally this would be grape juice, and I'm making sure that everything is well incorporated before I add the next item. Don't forget to stop and scrape down your bowl. That's very important to make sure everything is well incorporated. So this is looking pretty good. I'm greasing and flouring my cake pan. Knock off the excess flour. Now take a look at it. I love this cake pan because it has this lip on the bottom that will collect any spills. I'm adding extra flour to the fruits. This is not the flour that goes inside the cake. Here's my fruits. I'm just going to go ahead and flour it. All this to make the fruits float. This is why we flour the fruits, and this is why we beat the egg whites to stiff peaks. To get stiff peaks, it's best to have a dry clean bowl and a dry clean beaters, all right? See that neat little trick to tell you if the peaks are stiff enough? You got to be able to flip that bowl over on top of somebody's head, preferably. It's looking pretty good. Dump this in here. Then I have my folding spatula. It looks like this. It looks like the back of an Ovation guitar. And we're going to fold half in first. And then the next half. I think we're going to use more fruits, but I'm trying to save because I have to do more cake out of this little bit of fruits, guys. Keep scraping on your bowl. Let's use this folding one better. Fold, 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 fold. You see how you fold? Just like, get all the whites in there, okay? The kids say this cake fools them all the time because it looks like chocolate, and then when they taste it, they don't like it. Put it in here. You know what, guys? I really wish that people would stop stealing my pictures. Somebody stole my picture of the black cake that I did like 8 years ago. I knew that it was my picture because I'm the only one that saved some of the uncooked fruits to go ahead and put it in the cake to do the picture, because when the fruits cook, they lose color, right? And the plate that I have is a distinctive plate that I have, and I just put my picture with their recipe. I hate that. I absolutely hate that, because their recipe doesn't mean that the cake's gonna come out like mine. And when I say that, I mean it's not gonna come as good as mine. Yeah, because I worked hard on making this recipe, child. Well, I didn't. This is my Aunt Grace's recipe. This is her recipe. We don't put no stout in no black cake. We don't put no brown sugar in no black cake. You see what all went in here? Not much, right? So when the oven comes up to temperature, it's at 310 right now. I'm just going to set that in there to bake, I think for like an hour. I'll come back and tell you guys how long it went for. So it went for an hour and 10 minutes, okay guys? Let's loose the side. This is why I like these type of cake pans, these spring form. Still a tad warm, but I want to show you guys the size of the cake. See? It fits right here in the palm of my hands. See? 7 by 2. So after it cools completely, Joe's going to start putting some wine on top. Alright, so let me just set it there, and I will see you when it's ready to be cut. Alright guys, it's actually a few days later, not the next day. Joe wet it with the wine the first night, and he didn't touch it again since then. Look, Jada, show them. I'm actually making some more out of the next bottle of thing that I have. The what do you call the thing? The burnt sugar. Oh, I don't know why. Black Cake just says Christmas. Ooh. Oh, that's copywritten. Rocking around. Oh, that's copywritten. Show it, Jada. Show it, camera girl. Oh, man. It's so gorgeously wet with the wine. Joseph! Joe! I'm tasting the cake. Can you mute your thing? I'm tasting the cake. Come. Come for some.
The black cake.
Hmm? Don't eat this on the job.
Hey, Mark.
No. I hate putting anything in your mouth.
Why?
Because you like to stick out your tongue. But look, I made a leek conco one. Joe's gonna wet it up good for me, but I made this little conco one for the lady at the post office because she's Black American and she never tasted this before. But I told her about it. I described how it tastes, and she said I want to taste it. So I'm gonna take that for her, wet it up with the wine, and if she likes it, she can get a piece of this. But she ain't getting a big piece of my cake, for make she throw that in the trash. Okay. Oh hell no! So it's not chocolate cake. It's black fruit cake. Oh,
it's Christmas black cake.
I never show the fruit. This is all me and Joe keeping, you know, this little one. Okay. So fruits all over. We did the darn thing. Remember guys, we're not buying this book. Why? Because my distributor is ripping me off and not paying me any of my royalties. So for this reason, I redid the book that's being sold on Amazon and I made this book. I removed a bunch of the recipes from the first book because I did not deem them to be authentically Belizean enough. And I put a bunch of brand new recipes in here. So you're gonna get more for your money, okay? So when you buy this book, you're gonna find that the recipes are very easy to understand and the dishes are gonna come out perfect the very first time. So this book was made in 2018. In the middle of the pandemic in 2020, I made this book, The Pantry Laid Bare, and this is restaurant quality, no, not restaurant quality, better than restaurant quality meals at home. Now in 2021, I have my brand new book. This one's called No More Leftovers. Why? Because I reduced some of the recipes from this book, some of the recipes from this book, and I put a bunch of brand new recipes in there, but they're all small batches, all right? Now to purchase, all you have to do is visit my website, www.bearpantryshow.com. You can shop safely and securely at www.bearpantryshow.com.
Down at the Bear Pantry Show.
Already? No, I'm doing my thing, just film. So it's that time of the year again, guys. Belizean black fruit cake.
This is the Bear Pantry Show.